Hello everyone and welcome back to more Fruit of Grisaia. In the last episode we learned pretty grim details about Makina's past. Her father was she was kidnapped for money, but her father tried to save her, but he ended up being killed himself, and she ended up spending 6 days in a room with his dead body. And it was pretty much understood from our information that it may have been the family's doing, because they didn't really care much for our father. So it's pretty sad all around. So Makina's distressed, or not Makina, Sachi's distressed. Well, Makina's probably distressed too, but Sachi's distressed right now. Something's wrong. What's wrong? Smiling brightly and saying nothing, Sachi thrusts out her cranium in my direction. What's this supposed to be? She asking me to pet her head, I guess? I don't entirely understand, but just like I did for Makina, I grab hold of Sachi's head, stick my fingers between her hair, and scratch away vigorously. Apparently this tickles more than the girl had expected, as she responds uncharacteristically with a high-pitched little squeal. What the hell? All of a sudden, Amane's popped up out of thin air while doing a decidedly grating imitation of Makina's voice. She pokes her head forward at me, just like the others. Okay, what the hell is this? Don't tell me someone's been spreading rumors about the mystical power of my head pats to improve grades or something. I mean, it's all true, but nevertheless. When a woman this massive thrusts her head at me, it almost feels like I'm being charged by a water buffalo. Note to self, don't ever call Amane a water buffalo. We would regret it. But judging it wisest not to express this thought, I simply reached out for Amane's head, pushing my fingers through her mane. I firmly scraped my fingernails against her scalp. I don't know about you, but I love getting my head scratched. It is an amazing feeling. So yeah, I could see why she's pretty wild over it. So ridiculous. You're not going to get any smarter from this, you know. And don't say no. Damn it. Why does everyone have to know where I'm going at all times? Can't I just go somewhere without having to check in on anybody? Classes are over for the day. I'm going back to the dorm. As if I can walk while dragging a swarm of women behind me. Give me a goddamn break. Nothing. Talking to myself. Excuse me?
Makina と二人っきりの時はニコニコしながら手つないで歩いてたくせに。ツンデレなのですから、二人きりの時は出れるのが普通なのでしょう。
Oh God.
だ、いいもんね。ほら、マキナおいで。私が手つないであげるから。ありがとう。
I'd like to think I've gotten used to this place by now, but when I'm faced with this strange sort of female solidarity, you know, the whole group bathroom visits kind of thing, I have to admit, I still don't entirely fit in. Forming a tight clump, the girls conduct a whispered conversation of some sort. All I make out is some cryptic mutterings along the lines of, I guess Akiki's the only one left to go. Only a few minutes ago I boasted that there's nothing I can't do, but there definitely are things I'm never going to be particularly good at. Even so, maybe there will come a day when I look back and be sincerely thankful I had something like this in my life. Maybe. Maybe. July 23rd. My birthday is fast approaching, everybody. I hope you all got your presents lined up for me. On the way back from my morning run, I hear a cuckoo singing in our courtyard. I've just hit my stopwatch when that simple and magnificent call seizes my attention. Keeping very still, I scan the nearby trees in an attempt to find the bird, but he proves highly elusive. I can hear his voice clearly enough, but can't even catch a glimpse of the animal itself. Quite an impressive little ambush. This actually isn't my first time something like this has happened to me. I think it was on the way back from my class outing at my previous school. Flashback time. We'd been squeezed tightly onto hard benches in the canopied bed of a truck for hours, barely able to fidget without wedging an elbow into someone's gut. My ass was really starting to scream. Finally, someone shouted out that we were taking a bathroom break at this big rest stop at the foot of the mountain, and the truck slowed to a halt. Eagerly leaping out to escape the stinking heat, I stretched my legs for the first time in hours, then set out for a water fountain to refill the canteen hanging at my waist. Halfway there, I heard the cuckoo. I carefully looked through the trees above for a nest, but couldn't find anything for the longest damn time. So when I was about ready to give up, I made an anticlimactic discovery. A small speaker. The thing was fixed with wire onto the branch of a nearby tree. The birdsong I'd been hearing was nothing but a recording. I remember dropping my shoulders in disappointment and smiling wryly. But just as I'm starting to wonder if something similar might be going on here, I finally pick out a single songbird high up in the branches of a tree on the edge of the courtyard. I actually sigh with relief. The real deal this time, huh? Once the authenticity of the song resolved, I just stand there listening for a while. This bird has one hell of a powerful voice. Feels like my soul's being washed clean. The light sense of fatigue I'd built up on my mini marathon seems to vanish just like that, chased off by the invigorating little song. But despite this refreshing start to the morning, things quickly take a sour turn. I return to my room only to find Amane holding her sides and guffawing loudly as Makina waves her stumpy little fists indignantly in the air. What? You're still angry, Makina?
そりゃね、自転車の乗り方を教えてくださいって言ったのは私だよ。確かに言いましたともさ。でもね、初めて自転車に乗った女の子を後ろから力いっぱい全力で押すってどうなのよさ。
A horrible person. Looking at you, Amane. When you're teaching someone to ride a bike, I think helping out with the shovel and the saddle is actually perfectly normal.
そうね、やり方は間違っちゃいないよ。でもね、加減を間違えちゃいませんかって私はそう言ってんのよ。ね、なんであんな力いっぱい押すかな。
Well, I figured a decent initial velocity would help prevent a gyroscopic effect and make it easier to keep your balance.
だからってあんなビューンってすることないじゃん。で、そのまま木に激突したんだって？
I told the girl to brake. Not my fault she didn't listen.
かけたよ、ブレーキかけたよ。でも下が砂利だったのよさ。ブレーキかけてもそのままズガーって、そんでガシャンだよ。しかもそんだけじゃないのよさ。もう一回練習だって言ってまたビューンって押して。校庭の砂場に突っ込んで前輪を砂に飲まれてそのまま顔面から着地したんだっけ？そんだけじゃないのよさ。もう一回って言いながら近寄ってきて嫌がる私を自転車に乗せたかと思えばまたビューンってそんで何？今度は自転車に乗ったまま階段に突っ込んでまたがったまま下り降りたんだって？香港のアクション映画撮ってんじゃねえんだぞっつーの。殺す気か。
You know, you look just like Amane when you flip out like this.
そう？じゃあ今から私怒るから比べてみる？
Okay.
つかさ、初心者相手に厳しすぎない？あんたにとっちゃ悪ふざけのつもりかもしれないけど、マキナが怪我したらどうすんのよ。
She had protectors on her knees and elbows and a helmet covering her head. Not a problem.
でもさ、もっとこう補助輪つけて練習するとかさ。
What's the point of training if you're going to gift her at positive results and remove risk from the equation entirely? Roll through life like that and you'll just freeze up and panic when you face a real crisis. Better to acquire the ability to see danger coming ahead of time through painful experience, don't you think?
そう言われるとな。転んで上手くなるってのは二輪車の宿命みたいなもんだけど、人並みに乗る分にはそこまでしなくても十分だと思うけど。
Amane, you have a second?
何さ。
Just come with me, alright?
パパ？
Stay here. We'll be back soon. Amane, my friend, there's something I need you to clarify for me, if you would.
何よ。
The other day, you said you were going to become Makina's mother, right? Were you serious about that?
それってどういう意味で？
I want to ask you to play that role.
そりゃ構わないけど。
In that case, when you disagree with me, stick to your opinion. Don't let me talk you out of it.
ごめん、意味わかんない。どういうこと？
Amane looks like she's naked right here, with the with the way the portrait looks. I want to make Makina decide which of our opinions are correct for herself.
ああ、そういうことか。
When you raise a kid by spoon-feeding them the right answer to every problem, they end up narrow-minded and inflexible. When their parents disagree, children learn to think about who's correct on their own, right?
なるほどね。あんた結構考えてんだ。あ、じゃあ、マキナに意地悪したのもわざと？
No, not really. It was just gut-bustingly hilarious watching her throw around like that.
ひどいな。
I know, I'm sorry. Well, if I'm that terrible a father, you'd better shoot down everything I have to say, got it?
わかった。
Sorry, Makina, but I have no intention of changing my instructional methods. The training to deal with all sorts of dangers is valuable experience that'll help you protect yourself going forward.
ダメよ、マキナ。怪我したらどうするの？あんたは女の子なんだよ。自転車なんて普通に乗れればそれでいいの。
Makina, don't take riding a bicycle lightly. They're not toys, you know. Even a little bike like that is a light vehicle in the eyes of the law. Falling off and scraping your knees is one thing, but when you're sharing the road with others, your clumsiness might end up getting someone else hurt. Above average skill in controlling a vehicle is never a bad thing to have.
しまった。その意見は私も同意見だ。でも、だったらそれこそ無理して自転車乗る必要なんてないじゃない。今まで乗らずに生きてこれたってことは、今後もマキナは自転車に乗らなくても生きていけるって証拠だよ。どっか行きたいところがあるなら、私が車でもバイクでも出すし。
Amane, my friend, depriving the girl of the freedom that comes with riding a bicycle is downright tyrannical and short-sighted. Makina's got a long life ahead of her, and nobody can say how it's going to play out. For all we know, the girl might one day encounter a situation where her ability to ride a bicycle proves the difference between life and death.
どんな場面だよそれ。私はただマキナが怪我しないか心配なだけよ。
Sometimes an injury today saves your life 10 years down the road. Tell me, Makina, which opinion sounds correct to you?
パパの意見が正しいような気がすんだけど、でも痛いのは嫌だし、そんじゃさ、私が自転車の乗り方教えてあげよっか。
Have you seen her drive?
自動二輪の免許も持ってるし、教えるの上手だよ。お、確かにそれはいいアイデアなのかもしれないのよさ。
Not to boast, but I've got a license that's valid for anything on 2 wheels. Naturally, I picked up the MOS as well. Mosu? It's a qualification that you need to ride motorbikes in my job. They don't hand it out to just anybody either. The skill standard is a lot higher.
だからさ、たかが自転車でそこまで本気になることないじゃん。
Didn't I just say not to take riding bicycles lightly? When you're operating a vehicle that poses potential risks not just to yourself but also to others, you should damn well know what you're doing.
喧嘩するなよ。
So yeah, it's Makina, the adults are talking. Okay, Makina, what's it gonna be? You can learn from me or from Amane. It's your call.
二人に習うってのはダメなの？
No.
あ、それいいじゃん。まず第一段階として学園敷地内で私が基本を教えて。
True enough, there's no need to restrict the girl to a single instructor. To provide a more balanced perspective, after all. Sounds good to me, but are you sure about this, Amane?
私もいいよ。どうせ明日から夏休みで暇だし。
You have too much time on your hands anyway. You come and cook me dinner like every single night. I mean, what do you do with your free time? It's already the time of the year, huh? Interesting. Might come as a bit of a surprise, but my employer is an absolute stickler on the principle of academic achievement. Practically everyone looking to move up the ranks uses their off time to cram for exams. And in the case of employees who are assigned to special posts, such as myself, anyone who hopes to get promoted isn't just studying, but also working to gain recognition for their physical prowess. In addition to the daily exercise routine, your days off are typically spent on special training regimens. Every spare minute you have is devoted to forging your body and mind. The rest of your time goes to eating, sleeping in, and very little else. To me, summer vacation is nothing more than one very long, independent study period.
それじゃあ、皆さんお待ちかねの通知表を配ります。
Report cards? What? Ooh, how did we do? How did we do? You know what? We're gonna find out how we did in the next episode. So, take it easy, everybody.